It's this beautiful crystal looking motif. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to make a crystal hexagon. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some acrylic yarn size 4. Okay, we're going to start with a slip knot and we're going to start with a base ring. So for your base ring, you want to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now you're going to close off this ring by doing a slip stitch into the first chain that you made. So into the first chain, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull through to close. And now we can move on to row 1. For row 1, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. And now into the ring, we want to do the following combination 5 times. You're going to do a double crochet and a chain 2. And that is my first repetition. Now my second repetition, double crochet, chain 2. Third repetition, double crochet, chain 2. Fourth repetition, double crochet, chain 2. Fifth repetition, double crochet, chain 2. And now to finish off this row, we're going to do a slip stitch into the third chain of the chain 5 that you started with. So you can count from bottom to top. 1, 2, 3. Into that third chain, insert your hook and do a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 1. Now for row 2, we're going to chain 4. And now you're going to do 2 treble crochets into the same space that you did the slip stitch. So you yarn over twice into that third chain that you slip stitch into, do a treble crochet. And then another treble crochet into the same spot. And now we're going to start the repeat. The repeat starts at a chain 2, 1 and 2. And now you want to do a treble crochet into the next chain space. So into the chain space, a treble crochet. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you want to do a slip stitch into the treble crochet that you just made. So on top of that treble crochet, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull through with a slip stitch. And this is going to give you a picot stitch on top of the treble crochet. Continuing the repeat, we're going to chain 2. And you're going to do 3 treble crochets into the next stitch. So on top of the double crochet of the previous row, into there you want to do 3 treble crochets. So here is my first one. Second. And third. And that ends the repeat there. Let's do it again together. The repeat starts at a chain 2. So 1 and 2. And into the next chain space, you want to do a treble crochet. So yarn over twice and then finish your treble crochet there. Continuing the repeat, chain 3. And then do a slip stitch on top of the treble crochet you just made to make that picot stitch. Continuing the repeat, chain 2. And then do 3 treble crochets into the next stitch, into the double crochet. 3 treble crochets. Here's my first one. Second. And third. And that there ends the row repeat. So you're going to do this 2 more times. I'm just going to verbalize it. The repeat starts at a chain 2 and then 1 treble crochet into the next chain space. Chain 3, do a slip stitch into the treble crochet you just made. Chain 2 and then do 3 treble crochets into the next stitch, which is the double crochet. So do this 2 more times and I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just wanted us to do the end together here. So basically I have 1 chain space left. So far I have done 5 of these peaks. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need a total of 6. So that's what we're going to do at the very end here. I just did my 3 treble crochets on top of the last double crochet of the previous row, then my chain 2, and into this last chain space you want to work a treble crochet, the chain 3, the slip stitch into the treble crochet just created, and then a chain 2. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 4 that you started with. So insert your hook into the top of that chain 4 and do a slip stitch. And now we have completed row 2, and you have 6, I'm calling these like peaks, but these points here, the picot stitches. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we can move on to row 3, and we're going to work it in the back loop only. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 1 treble crochet into the same place as the last slip stitch. So here we're just going to go into that same chain that you are currently in. Now we're going to do 1 treble crochet into the next stitch, and for this one we're going to go in the back loop only. So you know how you normally go under both loops, so like this. Now we're going to go in the back loop only, which is the loop that's furthest away from you. So this one here would be the back loop. Into there you're going to work 1 treble crochet. Continuing the repeat, you're going to do 2 treble crochets into the next stitch in the back loop only. So yarn over twice, go into the back loop only, which is this one here, and do 2 treble crochets there. Here's my first one and my second one. Continuing the repeat, you're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now you want to do 2 treble crochets in the first treble crochet of the next group. So essentially, this is called the group, the 3 that we have along row 2. So what this is telling us to do is you want to do 2 treble crochets in the first of the 3 treble crochets that you did previously. So we're going to yarn over twice. Essentially, we're skipping all of this, the 2 chains, the treble crochet with the picot on top, and the 2 chains. Finding that next treble crochet, which is the first of the group, in the back loop only, going in and doing 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. So that's 1, and here is the second one. And that there ends the row repeat. So I'm going to do it again with you. The row repeat starts at a treble crochet into the next treble crochet. So yarn over twice, and then go into this treble crochet, basically into the middle of the group, back loop only, treble crochet. Then you want to do 2 treble crochets into the next treble crochet in the back loop only. Here is 1, and here is 2. Now we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to be skipping the chain 2, treble crochet, picot, and chain 2, finding the next treble crochet, and into it doing 2 treble crochets in the back loop only. So here is my first one, and here is my second one. And that there ends the row repeat. Another way to see it is we're doing 2 treble crochets, basically a group of 5. So 2 into one stitch, then 1 in the middle, then 2 into the next stitch for 5, and they're all worked in the back loop only. And then in between you have chain 7s. So we want to do that all the way around, and I'll see you when you're done. Just remember that we're working in the back loop only for these treble crochets. Okay, I just did my final repetition of the treble crochets in the back loop only, 2, 1, and 2. And so now to finish off this row, we're just going to do a chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 4 that you started with. So we find the top of that chain 4, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull through to close. And this here is the end of row 3. Now for row 4, we're going to start with a chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to do 1 treble crochet into the same place as the last slip stitch. So into that same chain, a treble crochet. Oh. Sorry, I got caught there. There we go. And now we're going to start the row repeat. It starts with a treble crochet into each of the next 3 treble crochets. So we yarn over twice. For this row, we're also going to work in the back loop only. So into the next stitch and the back loop only, a treble crochet. Here is 1, back loop only, 2, and back loop only 3. Continuing the repeat, we are going to do 2 treble crochets into the next stitch. So it's the very last treble crochet of the previous group. Back loop only, and into it you want 2 treble crochets. Continuing the repeat, we're going to chain 4. And then you want to skip the first 3 chains of the next chain 7 space. And then you want to do 1 single crochet into the next. So basically we're going to find the 4th chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. Into that 4th chain, you want to do a single crochet. Continuing the repeat, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you want to do 1 single crochet into the same space, into that same chain, a single crochet. And now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you want to do 2 treble crochets into the next treble crochet. And remember, that's in the back loop only. 2 treble crochets into the next treble crochet. And this here ends the row repeat. We can go back to the beginning of it. I'll do it one more time with you. So the repeat starts at doing 1 treble crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, and all in the back loop only. So here is 1, 2, and 3. Then we want to do 2 treble crochets into the next treble crochet. So there is, oh, try that again. Here's my first one. And then my second. Continuing the row repeat, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to find the 4th chain of the chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Into it, you want to do a single crochet. Then you want to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And do a single crochet into that same chain. Then we want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then do 2 treble crochets into the back loop only of the next treble crochet. So here is 1. And here is 2. And that there ends the repeat. So you just want to go back to the beginning of the repeat, do it all the way around, and I'll see you when we're almost done. So at the very end of the row here, we're going to finish off by doing that chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then finding that 4th chain into the last chain 7 space and inserting a single crochet there. And then a chain 3 and a single crochet into the same chain. And now we just want to do our final chain 4. And now a slip stitch into the chain, into the top of the chain 4 that you started with. Insert your hook into there and then pull through to close. And this here is the end of row 4. You can go ahead and cut off your yarn and thread your ends through. And here we have it. This is super stunning. It's definitely perfect for like Christmas time. If you're making decorations for the house, I could see this being really cute, making 2 and then sewing them together and making like a tree ornament, a really big one, but still, or maybe even stuff it to make like a cute small cushion or something like that. But yeah, you've got basically 6 sides, and then those picot stitches give it that kind of snowflake or crystal effect. Real beautiful. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.